What's up, folks? How's it going this watch? Hope you guys are all doing well. And today we're going to be taking a look at the DJI Mavic Air 2S. Now, we tested out the original Mavic Air 2 last year. The new drone basically introduces a couple of advanced features, including the ability to shoot 5.4K video at 30 frames per second. And there's also some upgrades in terms of its autonomous flight capabilities, new sensors, as well as the new data transmission system that will get you a 1080p live feed up to 12 kilometers range. We're also going to be doing kind of a comparison between the 2S versus the original 2 to see whether the $200 difference in terms of the upgrade cost is really worth it, and to see whether 5K is worth it compared to 4K video for aerial photography. So if you're interested, let's get right into it. Now, the DJI Air 2S virtually looks identical to the Mavic Air 2 that we tested out last year in the summer. It is about 25 grams heavier due to the fact that we have more advanced components inside, including a CMOS chip that's twice the size of the previous generation, a 1-inch chip compared to the half-inch CMOS chip found on the original Air 2. Now, the native resolution is about 20 megapixels on the 2S versus 12 megapixel on the Air 2. Now, the pixel size on the 2S is around 2.4 micrometers versus around 1.3 micrometers on the Air 2. And that means even though we have a larger overall sensor on the new platform, the actual individual pixel size themselves are actually slightly smaller, but DJI claims that low light performance should actually be even better than the previous generation. Furthermore, probably the biggest upgrade has to be the fact that we can natively shoot 5.4K resolution at 30 FPS. We can still shoot 4K at 60 FPS as well as 1080p at 120 frames per second like the previous generation, but we have one of the first generation drones that can natively shoot in 5K, which is pretty cool. And we also have a higher effective bit rate for the video at up to 150 megabits per second versus about 120 megabits per second on the previous generation. On top of that, if you want to capture high dynamic range scenes, you still have the ability to capture 10-bit D-Log-M color profile settings, which will give you a decent amount of latitude and control over your post-production and grading. Now, in terms of the inherent advantage of the greater resolution on the 5K footage versus the 4K footage that you're going to get on the Mavic Air 2, you're probably not going to see much of a difference on a 4K monitor or TV. But if you do decide to kind of zoom in and blow up some of the scenes in your particular shot, you are going to see a little bit more clarity in those finer details with the 5K footage, but not by a huge margin. And in most cases, most people won't be able to tell the difference between 4 and 5K resolution based on my experience thus far. Now, the 2S also is equipped with DJI's latest version of their advanced piloting assistance system, which is in version 4.0. That includes a 4-directional obstacle avoidance system that looks upwards, downwards, forward, and backwards at a sensing speed of 15 meters per second versus 12 meters per second on the 3.0 system found on the original Air 2. And in addition to that, thanks to the more advanced ML processing capabilities, you could actively avoid more complex obstacles at higher speeds, as well as navigate through increasingly more complex environments fully autonomously. You also have the latest version of DJI's Active Track 4.0 system, as well as Spotlight, Point of Interest, and you can also do quick shots such as dronies and orbits super easily. And the active tracking capabilities have improved dramatically in terms of reliability and tracking your subjects on a more consistent basis. Now, it's actually exclusive to the 2S right now is the Master Shots capabilities, which allows you to go to a specific location, select an object or subject that you want to actively track, and the drone will initiate up to 10 different maneuvers in succession and will automatically keep the subject in center frame and even create a short little video with all the different maneuvers, or you can go ahead and choose whichever sequences or shots you like best. Another upgrade is with the OcuSync 3.0 system built into the radio, which gives you a 1080p live feed on your smartphone or tablet at up to 12 kilometers communication range, which is about 2 kilometers more than you got with the OcuSync 2.0 system found on the original Air 2. Now, the drone and radio controller effectively use the same batteries as the previous generation, Air 2. And in terms of the maximum flight time, I experience anywhere between 25 to 28 minutes. Some people can get 30 minutes in super ideal conditions, and especially if you're not really doing too many aggressive maneuvers with the drone, that is possible, but the battery life is more or less the same as the previous generation, which is nice to see. Now, lastly, from a value perspective, the Air 2S is around $200 more from a baseline configuration than the original Mavic Air 2 that started around $799 versus $1,000 for the newer generation drone. And for that $200 extra, essentially what we're getting is the higher resolution, the larger sensor, the more advanced piloting system, as well as a greater 1080p live feed communication distance. In most case scenario, when it comes to the actual pure video quality difference, I don't think that $200 is worth it for 99% of hobbyists out there. But if you are in the commercial world or prosumer world and you do want to take your aerial photography to the next level, that 5K resolution does give you a little bit more flexibility in terms of reframing capabilities, as well as a greater dynamic range and a higher overall bitrate. More resolution, a greater amount of data in your video footage is always going to be a good thing for professionals out there specifically. And the fact that you do have more advanced piloting systems, a greater autonomous capabilities, as well as the master shots capabilities, which might be a time saver, not to mention that the drone autonomously might give you better, smoother looking footage than you manually piloting the drone itself and getting your aerial photography through your own means. So definitely some interesting propositions. For the most part, even in the commercial world, I would still recommend the Mavic Air 2, especially if you want to maximize your budget. But if you're looking for that next step up, and especially the more advanced compact drone solution, I don't think you can get much better than the 2S for the time being. But other than that, guys, that's really definitely love to hear your thoughts. If you have any specific questions, let me know. Check out the description down below where you'll find more details about everything we've talked about. And if you go through our DJI affiliate link, it actually helps us quite a bit in order to produce this content. So thank you so much for your support. Give us a thumbs up if you haven't already. Subscribe to the channel and make sure you have post notifications turned on so you get our videos once they become available. Thanks again for watching. We'll see you later. Take care.